Hello and welcome to Care Talks YouTube channel. My name is Felicia Wilson, your family caregiver strategist. Thank you so much for choosing us as your trusted source for family caregiver information. Today we're talking about caregiver stress. In short, caregiver stress happens when there is an emotional strain due to an overload of demands. The more demands you have, the more taxing those demands are on your life, the higher that strain will be, which can turn into stress. Many times when family caregivers balance caregiver stress, what they're really dealing with are feelings of anxiety, sometimes depression, worry, feelings that you're just not doing enough, that you're not meeting the mark. All of these things have an impact on your physical health, your mental, and your emotional health. It also directly impacts the person that you love and are trying to provide care for. That's why it's so important to talk about caregiver stress. Often this is something that is not discussed, it's not focused on because family caregivers try to manage on their own and do the best they can. Well, that's a problem because just because you pretend something doesn't exist doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, right? So the first tip I want to give you is you've got to acknowledge that there are stress factors involved. It doesn't mean that you're not able to complete the task. It doesn't mean that, you've done something wrong. It simply means that there's something there and you need help or support. The second one is check your self-talk. What are you saying in your head? Are you saying, oh my goodness, I just can't even handle all of this. I'm not good enough. I was never meant to do this. Or I'm so reckless. What are the things that you are saying to yourself? Change those. Every time you have the urge to say something negative about yourself or your ability, stop, refocus your thoughts, and say something positive about yourself. If you have issues doing this, which I know a lot of people do, I want you to create an affirmation jar. That jar can be you speaking to you when you just don't even have the words to say it, when you can't even bring yourself to the point of acknowledging something good or positive. Create the affirmation jar. You can get a bag, a pretty mason jar, something, and just write positive things about you on a piece of paper. Put it in a jar, and then you can repeat those things to yourself when you need to. Make sure that you are eating enough, that you're sleeping enough, and that you are doing something to physically exercise your body. I'm not talking about marathons. I'm talking about 30-minute walks that just allow you to exhale and inhale, and that also provides you some alone time. The next thing is meditate. Take time just to sit in silence, close your eyes, and just allow yourself and your brain to come to a nice, slow pause and actually relax. Now, this next one I really like. I do it all the time, especially when I find myself being tense or, I feel it in my shoulders back here. I just take a deep breath. And I mean like a really deep one. You have to just expand that diaphragm and just go all the way in. Breathe as inhale and exhale. And walk through that process as many times as you need to so that you can bring yourself to a center of calm and peace. Talking to other people is a good thing. Make sure it's a trusted source, right? You don't want to vent to the wrong people. If you don't feel comfortable in doing so, journal, write those things down. What I'm trying to get you to see is the only way to deal with caregiver stress is, one, you have to acknowledge that you're juggling a lot of different things. And then two, you have to create a plan to deal with that stress. And then three, don't beat yourself up. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone drops the ball at some point. Go get the ball, pick it up, and keep moving. It's okay. Love, provide care from your heart. Do the best you can. Acknowledge that you're human and ask for help. I hope these tips position you to make choices that are positive so that you can not only take care of other people, but that you're taking care of and nourishing yourself. This is Felicia Wilson with Care Talk. I hope this information has been valuable to you. Leave some notes in the comments. Just let me know how you're taking care of yourself. What are you doing that's beneficial for you on a daily basis? Until next time, take care.